Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for November 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for November. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, it's time to hold on to your hats, for November is set to be a bit of a bumpy ride. Now, just when we're all getting over a double eclipse, we walk straight into lots of extreme energies that are shifting this month. With the new moon, we have officially moved into Scorpio season. Now, on a positive side of that spectrum, expect to feel extra intense, ambitious, focused, and unstoppable in all of your endeavors. You really will be a force to be reckoned with. Look, that's your protagonist cards. That really underlines that energy there for you. However, there is always a negative side to balance things out. You may feel a little bit more frustrated than usual, feel like withdrawing or snappy, or even have coarse words with someone who really pushes your buttons. You may even find yourself submerged in nostalgia, thinking of situations in the past where someone did you wrong and remembering how that made you feel, having those conversations you wished you'd had in order to bring closure to the situation. But ultimately, we can all channel these fast-moving energies for beneficial outcomes in our lives. But this season, it actually encourages us all to delve into the deep stuff to resolve, rise, rebirth, and reestablish your personal power. Now, we do have a Sun-Mars conjunction in the sign of Scorpio, which is actually really a big deal because it starts in November and it remains with us collectively for the next 2.5 years, okay? Now, let me just pop that there, close that deck off. Now, what a Sun-Mars conjunction actually does is it highlights where we collectively will feel the most intense struggles. Now, for example, 3 years ago, the Sun-Mars conjunction was in the sign of Virgo, and at the tail end of that cycle, we saw health issues in the form of the pandemic. Now, we moved into Libra season then after that for 2.5 years, and that was about finding a solution to problems and finding some sort of balance in chaos. Well, now it moves into the sign of Scorpio, which rules money, pressure, war, secrets being exposed, and power struggles. But it also more positively rules transformation, rebirth, and healing. So in terms of money, we can already see financial shifts globally. However, you'll see major transformations in the financial sector, especially since Mars clashes Uranus in the middle of the month, which can be a very destructive and chaotic force. Now, what Scorpio season does, it reveals, and Uranus, it restructures, sometimes in a shocking and chaotic way. Expect to see major companies, not just financial institutions, but well-known brands and companies to be exposed as having financial problems that have been hidden for so long, and there's going to be major restructures or even collapses in order to rebuild or restart. Now, that's what you're going to see over the next 2.5 years, right? On a more personal note, though, it's about transforming your finances for the better. Working really hard to move through any struggles to overcome and rebuild back better. Now, the icing on the cake sees a full moon in Gemini on the 27th, which coincides with Mercury being at a hard angle to Neptune. Now, this could see you temporarily feeling a little bit lost or drifting, feeling a bit confused, especially if you have a major decision to make. But it's worth withdrawing in order to focus on what's really important and then move through that silence, because the answers will come to you within that silent period, okay? It's actually a prime time to do some soul searching. On a more positive note, we have Saturn saving the day overall as it goes direct. And this means you've been cleansing your karmic slate. And that's why things have been so difficult. It's really wonderful. A lot of signs are getting the Wheel of Fortune at the end of this month. So something changing for the better. So that's good to hear. But basically, it's been so difficult because you've been learning harsh lessons, and now it's time to step into a more easier, more disciplined time in all your endeavors. Okay, it's also a time where you release struggles, and good karma is set free to start flowing towards the collective. Okay. Oh, they want me to go 2 more. That's interesting. 2 more. That'll be 1. Okay. 2 more shuffles they want. Okay. Now also, you are going to feel a lot stronger than you have done for quite some time, and a more spiritual approach will call to you, and better luck will arrive. And I can see there that you are definitely going to receive some better luck. I also see that you are going to be highly affected by that hard angle to Neptune. Okay, probably because, of course, Pisces, you know, you have very strong relationship there with Neptune. It can indicate that you're going to feel a little bit uncertain about something, but there is a wonderful surprise for you at the end of the month where things just come together. Okay, something perhaps that you've been worrying about, I feel it all comes together for you. But let's tap into the energy of what is coming out now. I have to mention that your 9th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that's the great quest for meaning. You know, really committing yourself to your life's purpose, learning more about who you are, and reestablishing your connection with your higher self. You may feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat during this time, or a cultural getaway, or even enroll on like a class of higher learning in some way. And it's time to look at the bigger picture and really believe in your dreams, because you're making them become a reality. Also, your 4th house takes over from that at the end of the month, and that's about stability, your home life, and all things domestic. Now, during this time, you could find yourself decluttering the home space, making it a sanctuary, maybe even doing some DIY, or even setting up a business from home. Some of you may even desire a duvet day. And if you don't know what that is, it's really about calling in to your working environment and saying, hey, I'm taking a duvet day today. And it's really about staying at home, maybe even working from home. But for some of you, you may call it a duvet day, but you may call in sick, you know, but keep that on the down low. I feel like it's more about doing something for you, or getting on top of things in your personal life. Okay, so we'll move away from the energy, but this is a time for big philosophical questions that can arrive. And it's really about where you are, where you feel like you belong, and analyzing your journey to date to process your past and find a more secure grounding in your present to affect your future long term. Now, your first card here is the Magician. So this is really about being in control of your destiny. It's about changing things, but it's also about bringing a little bit more focus to some really important areas of your life. Having fun with the Fool card, or being curious about what the world has to offer, and opening yourself up to new experiences. Okay, the World card indicates something is ending for you, a cycle of change is happening, and expect new, wonderful, adventurous beginnings in your world. Now, the Magician card indicates that you're someone who's very gifted and talented at what you do. So whether you're retired, or whether you're in a career sector, or whether you are currently in between working at the moment, I feel like you're tapping into your resources and your natural gifts in order to change your reality in some way. And there's a very positive, powerful energy about you that you can feel a little bit more confident than usual. I feel like you're taking action on something, and I definitely see you're going to be very productive, you know, tying up loose ends, setting yourself a task or a goal, and, you know, smashing it out of the park, and really making sure that you're on top of things. I get this sense that you're on top of everything this month, and at the end of the month you're going to look back and think, yeah, I did it. You're going to be so proud of everything that you accomplished this month, because I feel like it's a highly productive month where you're just getting things done that you haven't done for quite some time. Okay, now also the Magician card is a card of influencing your circumstances by manifesting what you truly desire, but also you're taking action towards something. So I feel like you're being really realistic about yourself, but there's something magical here where you're turning something around. I feel like you're turning something in your favor, and I feel with the Magician energy, this is like, you've got this. Okay, you're highly intelligent, you're making things happen, and you have the skills, the energy, and the drive to make those dreams become a reality. Some of you may have been feeling a little bit lost recently. We've got the Judgment card, and we've got the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands in the Resistance position. Some of you may have felt like low energy, or that you're really drained because you're trying to be on a certain path, and you may feel that life has come along to try and derail you or throw you a curveball every so often, and you're trying to like move with the tide. I feel like you're trying to, navigate your way through difficult circumstances. But in the month of November, I feel like your energy levels are really high. I feel like you're very productive, and you're actually magnetic. You're attracting a lot of opportunity, a lot of attention towards you. And I feel whatever it is you're manifesting, you're attracting it towards you as well, okay? Now we've got the Fool card. So of course this can be that you're so glad that October is over and you're ready to embrace a new month. So this actually is a fresh new start, okay? But also it can indicate that some of you are taking some sort of chance. And it could be that suddenly you're deciding to come out of a comfort zone and take a vacation to a part of the world that you've never been to before. Some of you may be even thinking about working towards emigrating or taking a leap of faith to move abroad in some way for a certain period of time. And I feel like you are really searching for more spontaneity, for more, enjoyment, because you may have felt that things have got pretty serious recently there as well. Now, of course, with the Magician card and the Fool card and the World there, I have to mention that because you are a very sensitive empath, my beautiful Pisces, some of you are really affected by the heavy energy of the world. And you may be looking at people who are in positions of power and how foolish they are with the power that they have, because they tend to make the world worse sometimes. And you may be seeing things from a very different viewpoint and thinking, you know what, you don't have all the answers, but you have the love in your heart to try and make the world a better place. And I feel like you are trying to make your part of the world a better place to some degree. And I feel that you wish that perhaps you were in power in some way, because I feel like you would use that power more effectively, and I feel like you wouldn't allow power to go to your head. So I feel some of you are wanting to influence in some way to make the world a better place, because you may feel that the way it's going at the moment, I mean, it's very chaotic, of course, and the next 2.5 years, as I said, Sun-Mars conjunction in the sign of Scorpio, it can indicate a lot of pressure, a lot of hotbeds, moments of, very intense energy. Okay, let's put it that way. But that's what I see here, and I feel like you're trying to temper the way that you interact with the energies around you, because I feel a lot of the time it drains you, and I feel there's this level of like helplessness that you want to do something but you're not sure what you could do. Well, I feel like you will find something that you can do to help in some way, because I feel like some of you may connect to charity work this month, or maybe you're just like extending love to people and letting people around you know that you care about them, and trying to change your vibration so that you elevate the vibration of the world in some way. And you may feel that that perhaps is the power that you have at this moment in time. Okay, moving respectfully away from the energy. The Magician card indicates you have the power to change something in your life this month for the better, especially since we've got the World card, that end of a cycle, completing a task, and the Fool card is like, then you're on to the next. So you're going to be a real powerhouse this month, where you're focusing on your goals and you're literally ticking off things off your list, okay? Also, and I don't like to give this message, I am picking up an energy here of something this month will need fixing. Okay, I mean, maybe you have the resources to fix it, or perhaps you'll need the resources, finances to fix it, but I feel like it gets fixed, whatever it is, but there could be something that needs fixing, okay? Now, I also feel with the Fool card that this is about enjoying yourself, having fun, because life has got really, really serious, okay? So some of you may be looking at new things in your area, or even across the world. You may be looking at like cultural retreats or spiritual retreats, or something that really sort of like informs you, makes you excited, makes you curious about what else the world has to offer. Some of you may pick up a hobby or something that you've always wanted to learn about, and I feel like it only informs and enhances your true life's mission and your sense of identity. I get a sense here that some of you have felt like you're drifting a little bit, but I feel this month you are right on target. You're really focused, and with the Fool card there, I feel like some of you may be taking a leap of faith to either launch something, could be a new business or a new path. I mean, some of you, it could be an entrepreneurship, I mean, the Fool card there is like, you may feel like taking a risk, doing something bold that you've never done before. And the Wheel of Fortune showing up for you at the end there, it tells me that whatever calculated risk you're taking, it's going to work in your favor. It's going to be very lucky. This is a major breakthrough for you, and you're going to be so happy that you decided to just go for it, whatever it is, okay? So if you've been worrying about setting up or launching a business, perhaps you're very creative, you're very talented, I feel like by just going for it, diving in, I feel like you're going to be very successful and you're not going to look back. I feel like you're actually going to hit the ground running, and it's going to be very lucrative for you financially. And some of you may be thinking about your soul tribe. You may feel like you're a very solitary energy right now, and you may be wanting to connect to new people or like-minded individuals. So some of you may get out there into a group setting. Maybe it's in your community, or maybe it's connected to a hobby. I feel like you're just going to go out and have fun and meet new people who are, vibing at the same frequency as you, and you build your soul tribe. So I definitely see that this could be a very fun month for you. But with the Fool card and the Magician, it tells me that no matter what you are trying to make a reality in your world, you have so much potential to make it work, okay? It's a highly creative month for you. You're finding solutions to any difficulties. And with the World card there, it can indicate that you are very goal-oriented, like you're very serious about whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But also, it's about completing. Okay, so I definitely see that you've learned a lot of lessons. I feel like you're moving forward. I feel like you're completing tasks, really productive energy, and then you're on to the next. Also, some of you may be traveling or even thinking about trying to relocate, a fresh new start. And it may be a little bit hectic at first. It's like the seed of the idea is exciting and you're going to accomplish it. But, in the middle of it, it can feel draining, or it can feel like you have to battle on through. So, for example, if you've always wanted to live in Peru, I'm just pulling that out of the hat, okay? And you thought, you know what? You've set everything up logistically. It's about to happen for you. And now you're about to do it. I feel like, you're going to have loads of boxes. You're going to have loads of like documents you need, and loads of paperwork, and loads of organization skills, and lots of focus. However, you've also got to perhaps keep your other half of your life spinning, looking after your family, paying the bills, and just being the flow of everything. So it may feel a little bit overwhelming at some point, but it's definitely the best decision you ever made, whatever decision this is. Now, I'm just giving you an example of like traveling or moving, but some of you may feel a little bit daunted about having to make some sort of new change in your world, and you're wondering, is it going to work out? Well, the answer is yes. I see it all coming together for you. Now, this could be as simple as like, trying a new diet, going, you know what, you've tried everything and now you're trying something else, and you're like, is this one going to work? Well, I feel like you have the determination to make it become a reality and really work for you. And some of you may even build strong friendships by doing this. Some of you may be launching something or even stepping into a new position. And I feel if you're yearning for something more exciting, or, something that brings more responsibility, more money, I definitely see it coming together for you, and there being a contract at the end of it, like an agreement where you're doing something that you love, but you have reciprocity, which means you're fairly recompensed for whatever it is that you do. Now, the World card is all about success. So it indicates the start of something really successful, or perhaps you're on the journey, on the way towards something that's going to bring a lot of success. You're doing this. You're manifesting it. You're working hard towards it. And I'm being given the energy of you will not be disappointed, okay? This is a great month for making things happen, making things become a reality. Also, really interesting, I'm being given that you're going to get a compliment this month about the way that you look, that you do not look your age, but also there's something here about embracing your playful heart. Because I feel like some of you, life has got a little bit serious, and I feel like you're just remembering that inner child, and I feel that you are opening your heart fully to opportunity. I feel like, okay, I got another energy coming through. I'm not really sure how it's relevant, but I will tap into that in a moment. But yeah, I feel like you're like opening yourself up to the variety of life, okay? Because it's like the world is your oyster. It has a lot to offer. Now get curious and see what is out there for you to get excited about. What floats your boat? And I really feel that you're going to be evolving. You're going to be curious and researching. There's another word I want. It's like you are experimenting. That's the word. It's experimenting with your life to see what works, what doesn't work, and really like excited to make some changes about some part of your life that will actually echo into the next part of your journey into next year. Okay. Now they're giving me a song. Okay. What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have heard this song before, and I mean, I'm sure it's a great song. I don't really know who sings it, or can't remember anyway. And I'm not sure if it's shown up in a reading before. I don't think so, but I can't really pin it down. But I feel those lyrics, it's like, what you doing, where you're at. So this is a big soul searching month, of course, for you because of your 9th house, the quest for meaning. So you could be checking in with your path, mapping your progress, planning the stages of something new. And all the variables are coming together. And it's like, sometimes when we've got plans, life kind of gets in the way. There may have been something that happened there. Maybe you had plans to do something, or you were strategizing something, and the universe was like, oh, you got plans, have you? Let me just change those plans. And I feel like now you're getting back on track. Okay. But also, I'm getting this energy of leaving the door open for opportunities. Leaving the door open. Yeah, for new opportunities. That's what I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting that sense, but I'm just getting that. But also, and I'm getting a bit of an ick, right, with this song, because I'm getting many energies from it. One is someone may ask you out this month, or may sort of offer something, but there's like alternative motives there, okay? And I feel like, let me just pull a card on it, but there's part of me that at first you may decline, or you may say that you're busy or something. And yeah, Queen of Swords is like, you're a little bit detached from this. You're not sure about it. You may hear what this person has to say. Okay. But I feel like you'd rather this person wasn't like, it's almost like, and I don't want to judge this energy that I'm getting because I don't know the full details, but it's almost like this person, there's an act. It's like they're a little bit cheesy or sleazy. Okay. In their energy, but actually, I feel like they're quite a nice person, but they've got this bravado, almost like they feel this is how they should act in order to get your attention. Okay, now some of you, this person, yeah, they may be going through a divorce, yeah. They're not quite there yet, so maybe the divorce or separation is like in the works, okay? But I feel like if you know this already, you're going to call it out, that's for sure. Or maybe some of you are kind of connected to somebody else, and you may just, I feel like you turn this person down, okay? I feel deep down underneath this person is struggling with something, and that's not your story, of course, but I feel this person may come on a little bit too strong when you're like, ooh, hang on a minute, no, okay? I do feel for some of you, I just get this Chancer energy, okay? I mean, there is a Two of Cups here at the end of the month, so I feel that there is like a high potential for you to meet someone new, but I feel someone first comes along and you're like, oh, no. So I feel like you turn someone down, okay? But I feel there's a new opportunity that comes in if you're looking for love. And for some of you beautiful Pisces out there, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Some of you may be going through a separation or a divorce, and you may be feeling a little bit uncertain about, being in a solitary energy now. And I feel like it's a fresh new start. It's a beautiful breath of fresh air in your world, because I feel things are going to get infinitely better for you. And I see that suddenly you may meet someone out of the blue, even when you're not expecting it. So just when you're finished with one circumstance, you may feel you don't want to get into any sort of relationship at first, but I feel the universe is orchestrating up a meeting between you and someone new, okay? I feel like it's at the end of the month, and you may just talk to this new person, and I feel it will develop from there. I feel like you're not rushing into anything at the same time, but I feel it could be a very loving relationship. Now, with this energy, some of you are being really direct about your finances. It's been a struggle, but you're trying to increase your finances, and I feel like you're getting super organized. I feel like you're getting financially self-sufficient. So if you've been really worried about money, I feel like you are attracting some more money, but I do feel like something needs fixing this month and you may need to pay for it because you're going from a 10 of Pentacles to 9 of Pentacles. So you may need to give out a little bit of money, okay? And with the 3 of Swords, you may be disappointed. It may annoy you because the 3 of Swords can also connect to something breaking down. So I feel, you will get it organized. I feel like you'll get it fixed. And I feel 9 of Pentacles means you'll still be financially very affluent, or you'll have enough money to see you through. You're going to have more money left for yourself, but you may need to give out a little bit for something that needs fixing, okay? Now, some of you, if you are about to purchase a home, I would be extra diligent, okay? I would get a person in, a position of authority to look at all the variables. Like, I don't really know who you'd get in, like a surveyor or something, just to make sure there's nothing like damp or anything that's wrong with the property before you purchase. Because I feel like when they're doing like a survey kind of thing, I feel like they may find something that may cost you money to fix. And I feel like what can happen is you can negotiate a better deal with the vendor. Okay, this may be something the vendor knows about or doesn't. I'm not really sure. I can't really grasp their energy, but I feel it's worth just doing a double look or really researching it. But I feel you will negotiate a better deal. Okay, you will make them come down on their offer because I feel there is a potential that they could fix it before you purchase it, which means it saves you money, or they lower the price in order to compensate for the fact that you're going to have to fix this thing. Okay, so I'm going to move away from my energy because it's not going to resonate with everyone, but some of you are getting like a fresh start or relocation vibes, or you're trying to sort of work hard towards making some major change where you are searching for your place in the world, and you will find it. And I get a sense here that a change is actually like a breath of fresh air for you as well. Okay, now we do have the Judgment card. It's in the resistance position. Some of you have been reluctant to make some sort of change for quite some time, but I feel now is the time. I feel like you're ready. Okay, but also with the Judgment card here, this can indicate self-doubt, especially with the Queen of Wands and the 7 of Wands there. Some of you have had your confidence knocked in some way, or you've been running low on energy and you've been trying to move forward and you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions, doing a lot of multitasking, and you can't quite catch a break. And some of you, you may have second streams of income, or perhaps you feel like you're not fully on your true life's purpose or mission path yet, but you're working towards it. And you may feel it's been a bit of a struggle to get there. I feel like you're not giving up on it. I feel like you may have overcommitted yourself in some way, but I feel like you're decluttering your life right now, and I feel like you're going to be on the right path. Also, with the Judgment card, it's at a self-evaluation period. So when it's in the reverse, some of you know that you need to think about the next steps, but you may have been like putting it off. But now I feel like you are going to focus completely on it in the month of November, and you're going to be so glad that you did, because I feel like things work out easier than you expect. I mean, the Judgment card indicates that you understand what you need to do and you're being called forward to do something and have confidence in your decisions. It feels like you are reestablishing your passion, your lust for life, your excitement about the world at large, because it may have been like dwindled or diminished in some way recently. As I said, you're an empath. You tend to pick up not just your own energy, but other people's energy as well. And that may have been pulling you down a little bit. And I feel like you're safeguarding your energy and you're rediscovering that passion, that spark. Some of you, with the Queen of Wands in this position, as I said, it's like you got it in the reverse there. Some of you may have felt that life has been a little bit boring or a little bit dull. It's the same old thing, just a different day. And it's almost like, how is this month going to be any different from any other month? But actually, you're going to see that this has a remarkable change about it. And I feel like there's a spring in your step, and I feel that you're excited. You're going to have a little bit more fun. And some of you, if you've been a bit of a homebody and, hiding that light of yours away, I definitely get a sense that you're going to be a little bit more sociable this month. And I feel that you're going to get out of a comfort zone and you're going to really mix with really interesting people and go out there and have fun. Also, some of you may have felt a little bit frustrated that you couldn't express yourself in some situation. I feel like it comes to a climax this month and you let it all out. I feel like you say what you got to say. And I feel like you'll be diplomatic about it. But at the same time, I feel like you're passionate about something, you're standing up for something, and you're not letting it slide. Okay. Now, the Queen of Wands, you are highly magnetic, but some of you, you don't believe, or you have disconnected from your sense of self in some way, neglected your own needs, and you feel like disconnected from your power, or you may not feel how magnetic that you truly are. And I feel like you're going to discover that, or rediscover that this month. You're going to get a lot of attention. Okay, now this could be in terms of career, so that you elevate, step into new leadership positions, or be tapped for a raise or a promotion. And if you're looking for love, I feel like you're definitely going to get attention this month. I feel you're going to meet someone, and when they look at you, they're going to look at you in a very curious way, where they're like, whoa, who is that? And you're going to like look at them and be like, are they looking at me? And I feel like you're turning away to look behind you to see if they're looking at someone else. No, my beautiful Pisces, they're looking at you. Have that confidence. This person is highly attracted to you, whoever this is. Okay. And also, I feel this is about leading with your passions. I feel this month is a very creative month for you. I feel like you're passionately in a go-getting spirit, and you're really going to apply that energy to your true life's mission. As I said, you're going to get a lot done this month. You're listening to your true calling, and I feel like you're being asked to have confidence in your true calling, because I feel the universe has been giving you signs, and you've been noticing the signs and thinking, is that a sign? And then you see another sign and you're like, okay, I just need one more sign. And the universe is like, come on already, I'm sending you the signs. And I feel this month you start to go, you know what, I've got enough signs to move forward on something, or I've got this. I definitely see that your confidence in yourself returns in some way as well. Now, we do have the Seven of Wands here. It is in the resistance position. Some of you have been thinking of quitting something, or disconnecting from something that has been draining your energy, or that you have a weak boundary with. So this could be a relationship. If you feel like someone, you know, they try to wrap you around their little finger and try to get their own way in some way, I feel like you're nipping it in the bud. Similarly, if there's like a food substance that's been draining you, or giving you like tension headaches, or even making you feel like you've got intense focus for a minute, and then suddenly there's a crashing low and you feel really clouded in your energy or in your focus, I feel like you're really like identifying it and cutting it out, because I feel like you are called to do something that you really deep down you know you should be doing. However, you may have been avoiding it. Like, for example, and I mentioned this in one of the other readings the other day, you know, I know that coffee isn't perhaps the best thing for me, but could I give it up? Absolutely not. Especially that first one of the day, I need that hit. And it's not that I like really need it. I really enjoy it. And, you know, life is so like full of ups and downs. To have a moment of enjoyment and then think that perhaps maybe I should like not have it, because it does give me a hit of focus and energy. And then, you know, if I haven't had anything else with it, it can have the power to derail me and make me feel like I'm very scattered in my thoughts. So I know that I personally have that reaction with coffee. Now, not everybody's going to have that reaction, but life, get the enjoyment where you can. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I feel it's important that you enjoy what you can about life and what it has to offer. However, if it gets to a climax where it's really like starting to impede your path in some way, or it's really coming to a crux where you're like, I can't do this anymore, I feel like you're really cutting it out, and you mean it. And I feel like you are actually walking away from something that perhaps has been changing you in some way for the negative. Now, for example, like, and this is just coming up briefly, maybe it's for someone out there, I'm not sure, if there's a substance that you're addicted to, or perhaps even a certain alcohol that you drink and it has like tendencies to make you feel angry, you may decide to change that alcohol and substitute it for something else that is either lower in alcohol or just doesn't have that effect on you. You know, I know many years ago when I used to be like party queen, okay, they were eons ago, you know, I could go out and drink with the best of them and have just such a great time and party, fun, dance, all of those things. But if you gave me a certain alcohol, you know, I could be fine with everything else. But if there was a certain alcohol I was given, oh my gosh, the rage that could come out of me, all the things that were going wrong in my life, it would trigger that part of me that I would access, and it would make me feel like a very negative person. And I could then experience very intense lows for weeks after just having that one piece of alcohol. But anything else I could drink and it will be fun. And, so I feel like some of you may be tempering something or even exploring things that perhaps are like, okay, does that work for me? Does that not work for me? And I just get this coming out there. I feel it's like one of these months where you're actually in the laboratory of life and you're like mixing things up. Does that work? A little bit of that, a little bit ingredient of that. Let's take that out. That didn't work last time. I feel like you're actually like concocting some sort of like elixir of life to make sure that you're going to be on the path to living your best life and feeling really good about yourself as well. Allowing that passion to come back, that energy to come back, that focus, and really moving forward. I mean, you've got breaking chains to the past, right? So with the Strength card there, I feel like you are going to be in your full optimum energy, and I feel like you're going to be right on track. Also, I want you to be aware that some of you, okay, listen to your intuition. It's so on point because our intuition is there to highlight sometimes the undercurrent of a situation. So if something doesn't feel right, listen to it, okay? You're not crazy. It's really important to recognize that sometimes, we can literally walk into a room of people and nobody's talking, but we can feel the undercurrent that someone argued. No words have been exchanged, no glances, nothing. We can just feel it. We're all energy. So if something does not feel right for you ever, not just in the month of November, really trust that gut instinct, okay? It is there to alert you and to defend you in a situation that could potentially cause a lot of anger or frustration. Because the card of Judgment is like to weigh up a situation, right? And we've got the Queen of Wands. So that can be that you're attracting a lot of attention or you're really glowing up at this time or things are going really well for you. And the Seven of Wands is like protect your position or keep, on guard that not everybody has a pure heart like you. But I mean, for some of you, you're stepping into a leadership role that is really connected to your true life's purpose. And you're born for this role. But sometimes doubts can creep in and say, hey, what if you fail in this? You'll never live it up. And then, it chips away at your confidence. Sometimes we get in the way of our own self by self-sabotage. And this can come from something really rooted in childhood, especially since you've got the Fool card there. It can indicate when you have trauma or when you've experienced a very turbulent time at some point in your life. It doesn't have to be in childhood. It could even be like a time you were bullied or someone said something really negative that really impacted you. It could be anything that you've experienced. Sometimes those situations, they come back to haunt us to try and prevent us from reaching our greatness. And you have the potential for greatness here. I definitely see that you're elevating in some way in your life, and I feel like you're connecting to your life's flow. And I'm not just talking about success in a career or in a relationship. I'm talking about your sense of self, knowing that you're doing a really good job. There are challenging situations, and you are here. You're showing up, and you are moving through life. And I feel, yes, there's been some disappointments, but I feel like you're going from strength to strength, and I feel like you're rising up in your energy. Be mindful of some thoughts that can come along to derail you or try to knock you down. Experiences from the past, sometimes they come to haunt us, especially during Scorpio season. So just watch out for that as well. And when you move into any position of power or influence in your life, I feel some of you are a little bit like concerned about maintaining it. So if you're being offered like a lucrative deal, you may go, it's brilliant, it's wonderful, I really want it, and it pays a lot of money. And then you got the realization of like, now can I do it? Well, the answer is absolutely yes. Yes, you can do it, and then some. Because there's a lot of people in positions that you may be noticing where they just don't have the skill set as you, they don't have the drive, passion, and talent that you have. And they get into a position because they just don't care. They have that bullish confidence where they're like, yeah, I'm going to do it no matter what. Okay, normally the most powerful people, they actually have no doubts. They just believe in themselves no matter what. And sometimes that can come with a lot of ego. And, when you really think about it, the most talented people, the most gifted people have the power to change the world. They're often riddled with nervousness or anxiety or, what ifs. And I feel like you have the potential to overcome those what ifs and make your dreams become a real reality and see that actually you are very strong and you have a lot of potential to establish your power in a situation, okay? Now, before I move on to that strength card completely, I do feel there is a potential here for someone to really push your buttons. There's anger here, a flash of anger. This person could be a little bit cold towards you, or they may say something about your path in some way. I mean, it could be that because I get a sense here that this person is jealous. So they could like have a conversation about your path or what you're doing. They see that you are capable of greatness. And it's almost like they don't want you to surpass them, or they don't want you to leave a place. It's almost like they're trying to put you in a little box and say, if I chip away at this person's confidence, if I chip away at Pisces' confidence, maybe they'll stay where they're at. Okay, so just watch out for that. I see that coming through there. Now, for example, it could be that you have grand designs to relocate, to either live across the world if you're retiring, or if you are in a career, you may want to reestablish yourself elsewhere. And there may be that one friend, it's like a frenemy kind of energy there, where they give like backhanded compliments sometimes, or you tell them that something that you're doing and that you're inspired to do, and they like put the negative spin on it, like, oh, that's really wonderful, I'm so excited for you. Have you ever thought about what if it fails though? I mean, that could be like, do you have a backup plan? Or, there's something and you're like, oh, can you not just be happy for me or support just by being there, listening to me? So there's someone here who has the potential to really like irk you or push your buttons this month. So just watch out for that. I feel like it will be resolved. The energy that I've got here is that you're kind of distancing yourself from this person, because no matter what they say, I feel like you're going to do you, and it's going to happen, whatever it is you want to happen. Okay, I just needed to touch that Three of Pentacles there. We have the Strength card. So this indicates that you are, moving away from anything that has been holding you back or trying to derail you, but also anything you've been struggling with, you overcome. And you're a very strong person. And I get a sense here that some of you may be trying to manage your stress levels or your anger levels this month, because this card, partnered with the Queen of Wands in the Resistance position, can indicate some of you have been struggling with anger or rage in something. Like maybe you've been feeling a little bit more passionate about things than usual. And I don't mean passionate as in the positive passionate, as in things may have been getting on your nerves a little bit more, and you're starting to notice like, oh, if you've been using a little bit more profanity than usual, some people do, some people don't, so it depends on if that resonates with you or not, or it could be that you've been extra negative about something recently, and I feel it could be because the pressure is on. So managing your stress levels is important this month as well. Also, I feel like you're not conforming to expectations, and sometimes when people put expectations upon you, it can feel like pressure. Like, that person that when you tell them you're doing something, then they're like, oh, I thought you were doing this though. And that was their perception of what they thought you were doing, or what they think they want you to be doing. And you're like, well, no, that's not what it is. And then suddenly you start to question yourself, or you start to feel that emotional blackmail or guilt that's coming across from a person, and you can see that in some way they're trying to affect the way you do your life. I feel like actually you're standing your ground and you're doing things on your own terms. You're marching to the beat of your own drum, okay? Now, also, I feel like you're going to be right on target with most of your goals, but there's something here. Let me pull a card on that for you, because I feel like you're planning to look at something in a different way. So I feel something perhaps that hasn't been working. It's like you find a new approach. Ace of Swords, a new idea. Okay, it could be the start of something. Maybe it's something that you are trying to organize, and I feel you will have a breakthrough on it, but I feel like you have a new idea of how to approach it. Okay, and for some of you, if you've gone through a procedure, or you've been unwell recently, some of you may have gone through a surgery, or you may have just been unwell, I definitely see that you are regaining your strength. Take the time that's necessary to recharge your batteries and get back to best. You don't want to force things, okay? And we got the Devil card. And we've got the Death card, and we've got the Four of Wands. So yeah, I just wanted to pick up on the energy. Some of you, there may be like clarity in a moment that you've been obsessing over, that perhaps has been making you feel stuck, because we are clarifying the Strength card there, which is to break the chains of something that's been heavy on your shoulders. And I get a sense here you're going to have a breakthrough, but it may have been something that's been worrying you or you've been obsessing about. And there's also an indication here of you changing your approach to it with the Death card and then celebrating that change. Now, for some of you, this could be that you are trying to set up a business idea from home, because the Four of Wands is a homecoming card. Some of you may feel that you've been procrastinating on this idea for quite some time. I'm not calling you out. This is what the cards mean, so don't shoot the messenger. But also the energy I've got coming through, I feel like there is something you've been thinking about for some time, and either you're feeling really stuck or helpless to change your circumstances on it, or you've been procrastinating a little bit because it feels monumental. You know, taking the first step is actually going to start the ball rolling. And I feel like you change, you have a major breakthrough in it, and you celebrate it. All comes together is what I'm seeing, okay? But I feel something you've been worried about, you will celebrate in the end as not being something to worry about at all, okay? And some of you, I feel like some of you may be like dealing with addictions or something that you feel it's hard to give up. And I feel like you'll have a breakthrough, and I feel that you will actually be quite excited about this because it helps you move forward in a really positive, clear way. Now, also, some of you may hear from someone from your past, okay? Scorpio season can bring a return of someone that is undesirable, or someone that you are angry with, or that you have some sort of history with, that perhaps it was a negative ending of your friendship or relationship. This season may bring this person back into your world, and I feel like actually they want to reunite. But still, this person with the Devil card there, I feel this person still hasn't emotionally evolved. I feel like they present some sort of temptation to you. It's almost like you're like, maybe they've changed this time, but I feel that you may meet with this person and find that actually they've still got some of their old ways about them, okay? And some of you may actually decide to completely cut this person or this situation out of your life. If some of you are currently in a very toxic environment, whether it's a relationship or a career, I definitely see that you are changing your approach. And I feel like you may be leaving a position in order to open up a new chapter and move into a new position that actually brings harmony. There's like team support, or you feel supported, and I feel that it's the best change you ever made. And you're going to look back on the month of November as one of the best changed months that you ever experienced, okay? Now, we do have that Three of Pentacles. This is a card of indicating that you are highly creative and you are really talented at what you do. And if you are in a career or an industry, people talk about you all the time as being someone who is a force to be reckoned with, someone that they'd like to collaborate with, or someone that they feel jealous about because you're going places. So this is a month of high inspiration, and a project or something that you're planning is coming together, okay? The Three of Pentacles can also be about teamwork, building on solid foundations and group efforts. So it could mean that you and your family are collaborating towards something and everybody's just working really well together. It could also indicate that there is harmony in the working environment, or even in a community setting where people come together, they discuss ideas, and it just feels like a really happy family kind of energy. So some of you are getting out into group situations, maybe even going to like festivals or community events in some way. I definitely get a sense of a gathering or being invited to something where you just have a really good time. Also, I get this energy of your plans, something that you're building is coming together, okay? I keep being brought back to this, like leave the door open for new opportunities. So maybe there's an energy here of you, having an opportunity arrive, but you're not sure how it's relevant to you, or perhaps you feel at first it's not meant for you, or it's not something you'd enjoy. But when you investigate it further, you find actually it could be a nice stepping stone to something, or it opens your world up to something else, because I feel the world is your oyster in this month. Now, we do have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Also, that song keeps coming up, so it seems to be relevant in some way. So listen out for that song. I wish I could. I mean, the voice sounds so familiar as well. But anyway, listen out for that song if you know what it is. I'm going to have to look it up to see what it is called and who it's by. But it may be relevant. It may play in the months of November. And it sounds very modern, so it could be out right now. I don't know. Or maybe it came out a couple of years ago. But it signals some of you, actually the majority energy I'm picking up, it signals some sort of news that you will celebrate and it almost like establishes where you're at on your path right now. Okay, it's like a life affirming moment where you're like, yeah, I got this. Okay. Now, the Eight of Swords can indicate some of you have been feeling very stuck or even isolated in your circumstances, and you're really trying to tap into your intuition in order to work out the next steps, okay? The Eight of Swords actually is about releasing yourself from denial, being really honest with yourself, and the universe is encouraging you to see things as they truly are, okay? So digging a little bit deeper, freeing yourself up from any illusions or any clouded visions. I feel like you're being given the strength and the courage to face whatever you got to face. So I feel like if you're worried about finances, I feel that you're facing the reality and you're taking action to change that, because the Three of Pentacles indicates that you're going to have, a little bit more financial resources this month. It tends to mean that you are actually being careful with your finances and you're being clever. And I feel like you're weighing up your options, but you're actually attracting more at this time as well. Now, the Eight of Swords is more about self-imposed restrictions in the mind. Okay, the doubts that imprison us sometimes. And I feel like, the universe is going to come along in the month of November, especially since you have the Wheel of Fortune there, to turn your life upside down a little bit with good luck. And suddenly something you were worried about or something you were feeling stuck on is released, and it works out way better than you expected. Okay, so expect some good news. I'm going to pull a card on that Eight of Swords for you. Okay, so the Eight of Swords can also be that you're taking some time out to really tap into your emotions to see where you're feeling stuck. Nine of Swords. Now, Nine of Swords can indicate some of you are not getting the right sleep, or you'll have some problems sleeping, and it may make you feel a little bit like frustrated, snappy, or just out of sorts at the end of the month there. But something that you feel is a bit of a nightmare, because that figure there is like having a waking nightmare. So something that perhaps is on your mind. With the High Priestess there, it indicates that you will get the answers you seek. Okay, I feel like with the High Priestess there, it's an indication that you're tapping into your intuition and you're trusting that the universe will send you a solution to a problem. But also the High Priestess is like, meditate on it. Okay, take some time and really think. The High Priestess is mute, so it could be a struggle that you're not talking about right now. But with the Three of Pentacles there, I feel like you would have support if you actually opened yourself up about whatever it is. Also, this is an energy of maybe sometimes worrying about the future, the potential of the unknown. And I feel some of you may have a mistrust in a situation, or you may have felt like you lost out on something. And I feel that I just feel that the universe comes in to support you in some way, to let you know that things are going to get better. Okay. So again, these same cards are coming out. This is something that perhaps tempts you or haunts you from the past, or perhaps it's a situation that you feel completely stuck in right now. For some of you, it could be that you're feeling really lonely and you're very shy, and it's hard to get out there and talk to new people, or to get out there and meet new people. So I definitely see that you are doing something for you, so that you either put yourself in a course of learning or a hobby or some sort of community event that you're interested in. And I feel from that, you can actually connect to new like-minded people and find friends for life there. So I feel like you're finding a solution, like having an epiphany, a breakthrough. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is the breakthrough, and it indicates fate and karma, the law of karma, a very powerful transformation being at work in your life, especially at the end of the month, to change your circumstances for your highest good. This will happen quite quickly, okay? And I feel like it could be like a new piece of information, it could be an event, it could even be like a spiritual wisdom moment where suddenly you just know what to do, and I feel that you break out of it. Okay, let's go one more, because your final card there was the Devil. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Okay, we've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the Knight of Wands. Now, this can indicate that you're following your heart, you're following your passions, your lust for life is returning, you feel really headstrong and unstoppable in your energy, and that you're trusting your visions, and your visions are manifesting in many forms, because you're recognizing that you are a gift and you have a lot to offer life, okay? But also, I feel some of you, if there's a person who comes in and out of your life and they promise the world and they deliver nothing, this person, they have not changed, okay? And I feel like if you're looking for love, I feel like, honor what you have to offer, because I feel this person's not emotionally available to offer you what you deserve, okay? And for some of you, I also get this energy that some of you may have thought like a contract or something was long term and it may be cut short in some way. And I feel some of you may feel a little bit nervous at first, but I feel it's the universe orchestrating almost like a chessboard, like the next move of your life and saying, okay, well, that opportunity really was only a stepping stone for you. And now here is a better opportunity for you to replace it, because I feel it gets replaced, whatever it is that gets taken away or is removed, okay? So there are some forces of change occurring for you, but for the better at the end of the month. And that's why you got that Wheel of Fortune there. The universe steps in and says, nope, we need to send Pisces better luck. So some sort of risk or leap of faith that you're taking, it works out perfectly. So I definitely get a sense that better fortune is on its way for you. But you're highly aware that life is a cycle of change, that there are ups and downs, and I feel like you're being really flexible and moving with the changes, but this change is for the better. Also, if some of you have been doing a bit of soul searching and really trying to question your destiny or wonder if you're on the right path, all the answers you seek come to you this month, and I feel like your destiny is apparent, and I feel like you're on the right path to making your dreams become a reality. Now, we do have the Moon card. Really interesting. The Moon card is about your dreams, about your intuition. It's about your goals. So if there's something you're cautious about, then I definitely see that you're trusting your intuition, because then you're prepared for any of these changes, and you will find that actually what you had a hunch on, you were right about, but you put yourself in a really good position to be ready for it, okay? Now, also the Moon card can indicate that some of you have been looking at life in some way negative because there's been a lot of difficulty, but I feel the universe is going to give you something to feel like on top of the world, that the universe actually has your back and that you have not been forgotten when it comes to good fortune heading in your direction. The Moon card also indicates something hidden comes to light. So if you feel if someone is hiding something from you, or if you feel like there is a piece of information that's missing, you'll discover that in the month of November. And I feel some of you may be initially annoyed at something that's been hidden from you. However, I feel like you'll resolve that, you'll move on from it, and I feel like, you'll disconnect from it. It changes everything though. Now, the Moon card also indicates that there are forces beyond your human control working for you to orchestrate an opportunity or a meeting. And when the moment is right, divine timing, that's what's showing up for you, you'll be surprised, okay? So this is an encounter. It could be a romantic encounter, okay? Because the Moon can be all about romance, especially since we got the Two of Cups there. So some of you could be having a very romantic encounter this month. And if this person tells you straight up that they're only looking for a fling or that they are not looking for anything serious, believe them. Okay, there's no room for any illusions this month. Also, I feel actually those who are looking for love, I feel like you're going to find it in a person. So that's what I get. As I said, there's going to be a person who is like very like full on at first, and you're like, this person seems like a bit of a player. That person, take them at their word, take them at their actions. This person's not looking to settle down. However, there's someone else coming along for you, and I feel that person, it feels right. It's at a nice pace and it's romantic, and this person invests in a relationship with you from the very beginning. There's a meeting of minds and hearts, okay? You'll know the difference. Also, the Two of Cups, if you're not looking for love, the Two of Cups really is about vibing at a frequency, at something that your heart is yearning for, okay? So I definitely see that you're attracting that, because this is the Law of Attraction card, just like the Lovers card. And with the Queen of Wands there, it indicates that you're magnetic, highly attracting something that you've been yearning for into your life, something that you've been battling away to achieve, or that you've been moving towards and not giving up on. And I feel like it shows up for you, or some evidence of it slotting into place and all coming together for you. It actually shows up for you in the month of November. Now, this could be a contract of sorts. Could also be like an opportunity to partner up in business with somebody. Could also be friendship. I get a sense that it's about reciprocity, give and take in life. And I feel like there's, lots of people here that you could be connecting to this month who really understand you, or have gone through something that you've gone through, and they understand you on a different level, and you bond for life. But ultimately, it's about attracting something that you felt was stuck, was not showing up for you. And I feel there's something to celebrate there. Now, also, and I hate giving this message, some of you, there may be a service provider that you're going to be really frustrated with this month. It could be something related to air. Okay, so it could be something internet based, or maybe, you know, TV channels or something like that. There may be some sort of gremlin in the system where, I mean, it could even be emails or the mail, but I get a sense here you're going to be frustrated with something because I feel it doesn't work. As I said, something needs fixing. So it could be that, or it could be a service provider who is just not providing the service that you're paying for, or they may even increase their money that they want for their service. However, the service doesn't improve. And I feel like you get an opportunity to negotiate a better deal on this month, okay? So I feel if you kind of say, well, if you don't sort your services out, I'm leaving. I feel like they do everything, bend over backwards to try and do that for you because they don't want to lose you as a customer, is what I see there. Okay, so that's just coming through there. That's very basic, but it's coming through. Now, I'm just going to get some final cards for you before I close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Okay. What are they meant to be aware of? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay. Okay, they want one more. By they, I mean my guides. Okay. So, we have, don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. Okay, you're better than that. Think of yourself as that wonderful diamond shape. You know, you've been formed under pressure. You've been through a lot. You deserve a lot more than sometimes you accept. And that's in friendships, relationships, it's in circumstances, job, payments, things like that. I feel like you are, you know, really asserting your sense of value, that you're not going to take anything less than you truly deserve. And I feel the same with you looking at your body, mind, and soul. It says, learn how to honor and treat your body well. So that's why that conversation about coffee came up, or alcohol. Of course, you know, a little bit of what you fancy is nice. Life's too short not to enjoy yourself. But if it's starting to become something that's really having a negative effect on you in some way, I really feel like you're cutting out. You know, it could even be, and I don't know why this is so random, this is coming out. You could even be like allergic to Brussels sprouts. And you're like, you really love them, but you know that if you have them, it will affect you for days. And is it worth it? So I feel like you're actually just like stopping yourself before you reach for it. You know, I can't imagine anyone's reaching out for those Brussels sprouts, but for some reason they're showing me that. So maybe it's relevant to somebody out there. But I feel like you stop yourself in your tracks and you really rethink it and go, is this going to be good for me? How tempting is it? Is it worth it? And you might just let it go, okay? So it says here, it will all make sense to you soon. So some of you may have been feeling like you're drifting, or you're seeking answers and you're feeling really like, not lost, but you may have a goal in mind, but you feel that that sense of purpose or that sense of energy to move towards your purpose has been lacking in some way. And I feel like, you know, you've struggled a bit, but I feel things are going to slot into place for you. And we've got rejection is for your protection. Now, if some of you have experienced some level of rejection in your world in some way, if that promotion didn't go the way you'd hoped for, if, you know, that relationship didn't go the way you wanted, you're being guided towards something better. And sometimes in certain moments, we don't realize that when we're letting go of something, it can be really hard. And I can see you're starting something new and you're looking to see what the world has to offer. And that can indicate that either you've finished something and you're moving on to the next, or you've been forced into a position to make some changes. So some of you may have lost your job, for example, before you came to this reading, or some of you are, getting through a divorce or a relationship breakup, and the universe knows what is ahead. And they can see how it's all going to work out if you're on that trajectory. And the universe will say, no, I want better for Pisces. Let's change things up a little bit. Let's get Pisces on this timeline because it's much more rewarding for them because they've been through a lot. And sometimes we can't see that. Like many years ago when I lost a relationship. I lost everything pretty much at the same time. Relationship, house, and, a job, and nearly my health. And, at the time, it was chaos. And I felt very numb. And I just couldn't fathom why these changes were happening. And so drastically. Like I'd seen the signs. And I just ignored the signs that things were not working. Things were breaking down. And I was sacrificing my health in order to try and spin all the plates and make everything work. And the universe came along and went, look, this is one stubborn Scorpio. She is not listening. So we need to come and wipe the slate clean. And I feel in that moment, everything became very still. And suddenly the things that I've been working for years that just were not happening for me, suddenly in that stillness, when I started to really try and discover myself and work out who I am and what I really want and how I can be healthier to myself, body, mind, and soul, and not continuously, fall into, trauma bond relationships or difficult situations or sabotage myself in some way. When I really sat and listened, the universe started delivering all the things I truly wanted. And it was effortless. It just felt easy. Of course, I took some steps once those things started to arrive. I didn't sit back and just go, thanks. I made them work. However, sometimes we can't understand the chaos. But it's always for a reason, and it's always for our higher self, okay? So I'm just going to pull some final cards for you in this deck before we move forward. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What else do they need to know for November? What else is it they're meant to see? Direction, finding your way, independent, being committed, and strategy, okay? I'm not sure if I mentioned chess in this reading. I may have done, but this is exactly where I feel like you're at right now. The pieces being lined up for you to make your best move in life. And it says here, strategy, plan your attack, research, references, visible, key position, and deserved pay. But also it's about freedom and making a move that puts you in a very established position of power. So if you're looking for a raise, promotion there, I definitely see one becoming available for you. However, negotiate a better deal financially. We've got direction, finding your way, studying, mentorship, career search, many jobs, and diverging paths. So yeah, I really pick up on this energy of like the universe, like kind of wiping your slate clean in some way in order to diverge you onto some sort of new path. Now the goal may be the same. I feel like you obtain your goal. Very productive month. I feel like you reach your goal, complete your tasks, but the way you get there may be different than the way you imagined, okay? We've also got committed. So if you are looking for love, there's definitely love on the horizon. And if you're in a relationship already, I feel like this person is devoted to you. And I feel that, you really work on the legacy of love that you're leaving. We've got here committed, creating from the heart, all in, long-term career, life's work, legacy, and investment. So asking those bigger philosophical questions about what is your purpose, but also some of you may launch like an independent business or do something creative or something that you're envisaging for the future starts to build and things start to come together. And we've also got independent, go your own way. As I said, you're marching to the beat of your own drum. And it says unique path, self-starter, own business, freelance, or boss, okay? But also, when you think about the cat, it does that little shuffle, and I mentioned it in the Libra reading. It's like when you have the object of your desire, like cats, they have that laser focus when they see something they want. Their eyes dilate, they're like locked in, right? And then they do that little shuffle. They're just like analyzing what's the best like pressure to put on each paw in order to launch themselves and achieve their goal. And some of you may be in that shuffle period where you're like, calibrating all your energy, blending all your resources in order to make something become a reality. And you're about to launch something or leap into the unknown and take a chance. And I feel like you grasp it. I feel like you get your goal, whatever that is, okay? But it's a calculated move in some area of your life. And I'm just going to go and get some trinkets or rune before we close. We have the key. Okay, now interesting, it's a planetary alignment key, so it really indicates that you are going to be highly influenced by the changing planetary alignments, but also that you're going to be in the right position to, get what your heart desires. That key there is like the key to unlocking your heart is stay open to opportunity. I keep coming back to this, leave the door open because the universe is trying to deliver some really good stuff that you'll love into your life. Now the key represents, getting answers to the ones that you seek, and to the questions that you seek. And no, let me rephrase that. I think I got that the wrong way around. It's like you're getting the answers to the questions that you have, right? Okay, and I feel like you're going to unlock your destiny. There's a major breakthrough for you this month as well. We've got the Hagal rune. Now, a lot of signs are getting this, which means upheaval, change, but it also indicates that you're getting to the top of a very difficult mountain. Yes, there have been delays, and I feel like there have been disruptive forces, but I feel that, you're going to have a positive payoff by taking some sort of chance okay? And I feel that you're going to come out on top. And finally, we've got wonderful rune there. This is the wheel rune. This is the wheel of fortune energy. It's about being on the journey. It's about getting good messages, positive messages that show that you're having the right actions and the right decisions. It's like you're locked in and ready for action. I get a sense here you're controlling your destiny and you're allowing the universe as well to deliver. If you're in a career, really great career prospects happening for you as well. And I feel that your plans, they're in motion and they're going to come to fruition, okay? Because I feel like you're on the right path. And you will also rediscover that lust for life. Some of you, not all of you, may have some sort of unexpected travel this month is what's coming through as well before I close the reading. So it could be that suddenly you have a business trip to take that you were not aware of. It's the last minute. Or maybe you go and take a quick trip home, wherever home may be. Or you may just go and visit friends. Or maybe just decide to take a quick road trip or break away. It feels very sort of spontaneous. So, and it's exciting. So I'll leave it at that, okay? I'll leave it there, my beautiful Pisces. I hope something resonates. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces, and love and light.